Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So in this video, I will be discussing about feminism as a literary theory. So let's start. So feminism is a struggle of equal rights. It is a belief in social, economic and political equality of both sexes. Though it began in the West, yet many institutions across the globe work for women's rights and their interests today. Historically, women were confined to the domestic sphere while public life was reserved for men. In medieval Europe, women were denied the rights to own property, to study or to participate in public life. By the 19th century, in France, they were still compelled to cover their heads in public, and in parts of Germany, a husband still had the right to sell his wife. In the early 20th century, women could neither vote nor hold elective office in Europe and the United States. She was not allowed to conduct business. Without husband's permission, married women had no control over children. She has little or no access to education. Such restrictions are present today even in various forms and in different parts of the world. Now, how this theory evolved? At the time period of Enlightenment, women started to demand that the new reformist rhetorics of liberty, equality and natural rights be applied to both sexes. Famous philosophers such as Rousseau depicted women as silly and frivolous creatures born to be subordinate to men. In 1789, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, which came through in the wake of French Revolution, did not address legal status of women. In 1792, a Vindication of the Rights of the Woman was published in England by Mary Wollstonecraft. In this, she challenged the notion that women exist only to please men. She has an equal opportunity in education, work and the politics of women. She said that women are as natural and rational as men. If they are silly, it is only because society trains them to be irrelevant. In the 19th century, abolitionist movement became popular in Italy, Germany and USA. Abolitionist movement is a movement to end slavery in the United States. Women got inspiration from them to work for their freedom as well. There is a discussion regarding suffrage resulted into first Women's Rights Convention in July 1848 in small town of Seneca Falls in New York. Now there are different phases of women's struggles as well. Many feminists were inspired by the abolitionist movement, which intensified during mid-19th century. When racial disenfranchisement ended, leading abolitionists did not extend their support to women. Then the women like Stanton and Susan Anthony formed the National Women's Suffrage Association in 1869. A huge issue gap between the ordinary and the elite woman, emphasizing education and political rights. The single non-white woman's voice heard at this time was of Sojourner Truth. She was an American abolitionist and women's rights activist, a former slave, which symbolized the gap between the ordinary and the right and the rich. And I, a woman. This is a slogan. Women in this or in the most of the Europe and the US concentrated on suffrage for almost 70 years from mid-19th century to 1920s. But almost 90s or 1900s, some radical feminists like Emma Goldman, mocking on feminist single-minded focus on suffrage, and she said that how could the ballot secure equality for women which could not even do that for men yet? Women would gain their freedom only by refusing the right to anyone over her body, by refusing to be a servant to God, the state, the society, the husband, the family, etc. Charlotte Perkins Gilman in Women and Economics in 1898 said the women would not be liberated until they were freed from the domestic mythology of home and the family that kept them dependent on men. So in this video, I discussed about feminism as a journal term or as a literary theory and some of the phases that comes in the suffrage movement or abolitionist movement. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you for watching.